And so we have the continued conversation between Nicodemus and Jesus, this conversation, the story we began yesterday. Nicodemus comes seeking an understanding, trying to know. He comes with respect for Jesus, saying, first, we believe, or I believe that you must be from God because of the signs you are doing. And he only cuts to a certain point and then is stuck, it seems. And the conversation today shifts a little bit from a conversation between Jesus and Nicodemus to a conversation between peoples. When Jesus says, we teach what we understand and what we have seen, but you do not. Nicodemus being a Pharisee, a teacher of Israel. And yet there's one community, Jesus being Jewish, but there's clearly this dialogue shift here when Jesus is the you and us sort of thing. How do we move along and get, how do you, the community, move along to get what I'm trying to teach? So St. Anselm was born in the beginning of the 11th century and grew up in France, entered a Benedictine community, became a monk, eventually became abbot, teacher of his own fellow students, brilliant mind of philosophy and theology, became Archbishop of Canterbury. And he was known for, is why we call him a doctor of the church, he's known for his teaching and his brilliance. And he wrote about a book on the existence of God, calling that the thought of God is higher than any other thought we can think. He also wrote on why God became human. And the phrase that is often quoted from him or used from him is this call to faith seeking understanding. So it's very fitting we happen to be listening to this gospel on this memorial of St. Anselm, where Nicodemus has this seed of faith, this beginning, and he's trying to understand, seeking understanding. The heart and the mind come together in the way we live out our faith. And an important component of that understanding we hear in its living out. From the Acts of the Apostles in the early church, in that first reading we heard, that those who believed changed their lives. They let go of their possessions and gave them for the good of the community, so that there was no one in need among them. That's faith lived out. As we used to say in seminary, praxis and theory are a circle. One informs the other. If we stay stuck in the theology and the theory and are not living it out, in praxis, we're not going to understand. Faith seeking understanding. As we come to the Lord's table, as we live out this faith day to day, may we be strengthened and inspired through the scriptures, the wisdom of those who unpack them for us, and help show us the way. Following Jesus Christ.